Hi guys, so today I'm going to do an unboxing, kind of review of the Gemini Go that I just picked up from crafterscompanion.com. It was a better price and than it was on HSN. Not always, okay, so sometimes they have a little sale and I think it was 50% off everything that goes along with it, which I didn't know. And then later, I had a coupon, I guess, or not a coupon, but they had some kind of promo. Maybe it's still going on right now because a lot of times they keep them for a couple weeks. It was like 20% off if you spend $35 of Gemini Go or Gemini Essentials, something like that. And I had a coupon, Go Craft, I think is what it was, for 50% off the dies. So I got a slightly even better deal on the dies. So it just made sense for me to buy it from them instead of the bundles they have on HSN. But the basic bundle comes with a few different things. I do want to mention the plate sizes are 6x3. And I'm just mentioning that because I do have the side. Let me see if I can compare some of these things. I don't know if I know the actual numbers. Like this guy, the Diamond Press. It's kind of small. I think it's a 2 or 2.5 inch opening. Let me see here. I have one of their plates right here. So this is what they use. It's just a little folder system and it's really easy, so it works really nicely. But this opening is 1 3/4, just over 1 3/4 inches. And then obviously it can be however long, but the length doesn't matter, right? As long as you keep going through. But their folder is 6 1/4 inch long. So just shy of 2 inches the folder is. And let me grab, because I didn't even think about this. I have a lot of these machines. Let me get this other guy. Trying to get the sidekick. Sorry, guys. Okay, and I've had a couple different iterations of this. I even had that little cute purple and green one. It was like a little kid one. I think I gave it away. You remember the Cuddlebug had come out with that cute little one? Anyway, and had like a little cricket on there. These are the plates for this guy, and basically even the new one that they come out with recently is the same. I believe it's exactly the same. And this one is 2.5 inches wide, and the plate is just shy of 5 inches long. It's about 5 inches long, so 2.5 by 5. So this is a bigger, small machine, right? The new one. So I have this over here. I have a whole bag for it because back in the day you get all that stuff. So I have everything that goes along with it in there, so it was easy for me to find. Let me go put this back. Hopefully I'll put it away correctly. So this guy is electronic. This is portable multimedia machine. Of course, it's just like the Gemini family. Supposedly it has a really strong motor. It can cut through anything. It does have the capability of using a battery. And what's so dumb, I should have bought it the first time I bought my first order through Crafter's Companion. I had like the 20% off, and I guess it was on half price or something. So it was only going to be over $3, and I totally forgot to add it to my basket. And then later, now it's $10. I'm like, no. If I know at some point I can get it for $3 again, maybe I will. But then I started kind of reading about that. Not reading about it, but Sarah was talking about it. I don't know that I even have a power bank that's going to be strong enough to run it, because it needs to be a power bank, not just like the kind that you charge your phone with. Actually, I do. Now that I think about it, I have that emergency power bank. That was for my for the RV. It's run off of USB. Anyway, that might work, but it's the kind you would need like an extra battery that would run like a laptop or something that might take a little bit more electricity, okay, than just to charge your phone. But anyway, so let's open this up. So then it is truly portable, right? But for me, I hardly even leave my house. You guys know that. Like, I don't need that capability. It would just be nice to have it, right? So as we open it up, there's the Gemini Go information, which of course, I'll look at the sandwich and that's about it. So there's some information there about that. It's basically the same system as all the rest of them. On the very top, there is a set of plates. And I was going to say, she said that it came with an extra set of plates. Do I see that? I don't think so. I'll have to look at that again. Huh. Interesting. She did mention that. Huh. Okay. Anyway. So there's the 2 clear cutting plates. There's a magnetic shim, a metal cutting plate, a rubber embossing mat, and a plastic shim. And let me open this up here. Maybe I'm getting confused with her bundle on HSN. I don't know why. I feel like she said it came with 2 sets of cutting plates. I'll have to call them about that. Oh, by the way, I know I had said they sent me the wrong plate in my order. One of the embossing plates I had asked for the Crafter's Ultimate. And they did. They were like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'll just send you out the right one. So no problem there. So here's the machine. And there's the plug for it. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and just plug it in and just get a die and some paper and we'll try it out. It's not too big. The footprint here is just 7 inches wide and like 6 inches deep actually. So it's going to sit right here on my desk. So I have an empty space where, I don't know, I just have a bunch of junk. I'm like, why is this stuff even sitting here? So I'll put this there instead and let's try it out. Okay guys, so you know my curiosity, I went and looked up the information and sure enough it was a whole bundle that comes with a bag to carry it in, an extra set of cutting plates. It says the diamond press. I don't know what that is right now. I didn't want to look at the whole video, but I was like, okay, and I thought maybe I ordered the wrong bundle though, but I was like, no, because I know I clicked on Craft TV specials and clicked on the bundle and sure enough, and then I remember when I called about the embossing board that they sent incorrectly, the girl had said something about like whenever you order a machine it comes separate from everything else basically. So I don't know if that means they're going to send me this and then in the next package, which is supposedly going to be delivered soon, it'll have the rest of the items, which is kind of weird, but if that's how they do it, that's how they do it. But it better be there. So that's all I'm saying. Wasn't say, and they're really nice people there, so I'm not, you know, too concerned. I'm sure it'll be there. Okay, so, or they'll make it right. So we have our plates and everything else. And then I have just a little piece of paper and I just realized it's a little bit too wide. So I'm just going to take my plates. I just sandwiched it between the plates to help me just tear it. That's a little something I learned from, what's that gal? Stephanie Bernard. She always does that whenever she has her little shows or videos. She just puts it on there and tears it. Okay, so let's do a regular die, right? Just cutting with thin metal dies. Well, we have a very intricate die I want to try because I want to see how intricate it will cut. So we need the plate, the metal cutting plate. Okay, and then I have a stack of dies right here because I was putting things away yesterday. I was trying to arrange my Geminis because now I have the Go, I have the Junior, and I have the regular one, and I have the Anna Griffin plates or set. I want to show you something real quick about the Anna Griffin Empress. And people said that this is what happened. So I've obviously used it a lot because I just like it. It's in front of my other machines. That's why it's easy for me to use that one. Rubber mat, metal shim looks great. Now let me show you this magnetic mat. And you know, Crafter's Companion went with this too. Then this one is just a black mat, which is great. I'll show you that, the magnetic mat. But with Anna Griffin, it has this white coating. And I forgot to mention this in my last review when I reviewed all like 3 of the machines, that it gets in there really, really deep, almost gouging the thing. And the other day when I cut out a shape using this, oh, I think I threw it away. See how I cut this little tag shape? And it was for the Anna Griffin purse. Those marks, like see how it has like marks on here, got onto the gold paper that I had used and it looked horrible. So I don't know, I really don't like this. If there's a way that you guys use the cutting her dies without using the magnetic mat, let me know. The metal shim obviously by itself isn't thick enough. I mean, maybe use metal and the rubber. Maybe that's what you do. Use that one underneath here just to get that surface, that tension, ooh, the thickness that you need. Because this thing is horrible. Look at that. And then she showed it on her show one time, like to go ahead and put like a towel over it and iron it. And the iron kind of warms it up and then it'll flatten it out nice again. Not super nice, it's gonna be gouged, but I just thought that was kind of weird. So she knows they're kind of funny. I don't have the Gemini one to show you right now. Well, I do have it, but I don't use it often enough to say, hey, this is really bad, but let me show you that real quick. I have everything organized here. I don't know why I'm like, I don't have it right now. I'm telling you, I've been trying to keep things organized so I can actually make videos and do it easily. So it has 2 sides. So this is the time that I used the same die I'm going to use right now. And it almost even dug into this stuff. So a lot of people had mentioned that. They're like, oh, it does that. But I don't like that. So if there's another way you guys get around using that or use a different sandwich, I honestly don't care about the magnetic mat. Like, that's my least, you know, I don't need that. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna use the same die that came with the other Gemini, I think Junior, I can't remember who this came with, but there it is. Did I plug this in? Oh, I have to turn it on the back, right? Yep, there's always a switch and the on, so now it's on. And let me just make sure I have the sandwich that they said. So we have, I'll start from the bottom. So we have the plastic, the, you know, the cutting pad, the clear one. And then we have the plastic shim. So there's a plastic shim that's different from everything else. And then we're gonna have our paper. And that is so funny. You're gonna cut into the plastic shim? That seems odd, but okay. No, yeah, exactly, that's wrong. Sorry, not paper. I was looking at this picture, I'm like, that looks like the paper, and then I realized, though, that's her magnetic shim. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't think she cuts into those things. So clear, plastic, magnetic, and like I said, the magnetic one does not have that coating, which I prefer not to have that coating. Maybe if we can find some old school plates, that'd be good. Then your die face up, meaning the little edge, the cutting edges. Ugh. Hope you can see that. So flat side down, basically. Cut up. And then our material to be cut. I don't, you know, it has a design. I don't really care. I'm just gonna put this here. And then your clear cutting plate. So that is supposedly our thin metal. So if you're doing a thin metal die, you still have a couple of things left over here that you don't need. This is the embossing mat. It's like rubbery, and this is the metal shim. I am going to squeeze in the metal shim though, because this one's more intricate, and I want to see, you know, I want to just make sure we get a good cut. So after all that, the material, you're going to put the metal cutting plate over the paper. Okay. So there we go. And it wants to take it. It turns on automatically. It's taking a minute. And I don't know if that little ticking sound is typical. One thing I was going to mention is that the cord comes out over here, and my plug is behind me, so it kind of wraps around here, and that's kind of a bummer. But before I open this, I need to plug my camera in. Okay, sorry guys, my camera was dying, and I'm like, no, and it was I pushed it through, so I'm like, let me try at least finish getting that imagery going. Okay, so now I'll remove this, and the metal plate came away with the plastic plate. Like, they kind of got stuck together here. It feels like it cut, but at the same time it doesn't look supremely cut. Well, there we go. And remember, we learned this last time I used this die, that it does not cut out, it cuts into the card. So this is not going to come out of this unless I trim around it myself. But oh, the other thing I found when I was organizing is this guy. And normally I would use the rubber mat to put underneath it so we can do this, but pretty good. It is all cut through, and you guys saw how intricate that design was. Look at that. And this paper is a little bit thicker and even has glitter and stuff like that on it, like melted into it. So it's really, really thick stuff. It's pretty good. Let me see if I have a small shape that we can cut out, just so you know that it works without the metal shim. So again, we have our plastic, the cutting plate, plastic mat or shim, metal. And let me see if there's like a more basic. Well, this one's not basic, but let's see if it'll cut it without using the metal shim. So this one is kind of intricate. And I'll just put it here, and we'll just take a piece of this paper off. And I'll put it face down right here. Okay. And then I'm not using the metal shim. We just want to see what happens with then the cutting plate on top. I kind of like having that metal shim there to protect the cutting plate, but so we're going to get some images stuck into our cutting plate here. And then I'm just going to, again, you can start going forward, and then if you really wanted to pause it, it'll stop it, and then press go again. Or you can press, oh, to return it. Okay, but I'm just gonna, and then you can pause it again. So whenever you want to go reverse, you have to pause it and then press the reverse button until it goes. I'm just gonna let it go through again. So, okay, so basically just made it go forward, back, forward. So it should be cut. If it doesn't cut after passing it 3 times basically, then, oh yeah, it looks perfect. So when that metal, I'm gonna turn this off because it's kind of loud. When that metal piece is gone, you can definitely see that it cut, and it cut really well. And let's see how deep it got in here. Yeah, so I mean that's a really good tight cut. I mean I can feel it in there. Not too bad, not horrible, but it's in there. And we have our little guy. And let me try to pop this out with the same tool. I am so organized, you guys. This is crazy. I'm just kidding. I don't know if there's an actual. There we go. I would say some of them are to pop out like the pieces, some of it is to pop out the swirly. So there it is. So of course I will keep you updated and let you know if they did send the rest of the bundle, because I mean I paid I think $110 or so, something like that. And it came with the carrying bag, like I said, an extra set of plates, the diamond press thing, whatever that is, and then some more little items. But that's what I was more interested in. So pretty cool. That's really pretty. Alright guys, and the next thing I have from them to review for you guys is the foil press. I'm kind of nervous about that one because it's going to be a little more intensive as far as how I need to set up and get that going. But for now, I'm going to keep this little guy on my desk. It is a little bit loud. I don't know. I mean, compared to, I've been using like the Empress, she's kind of quiet. So I don't know if that's a problem or if that's just how it sounds. If you guys have it, let me know if that's just how yours sounds too, because if it, you know, the little rattling kind of noises it's making, if that's not good, I need to get that. Guys, oh, that's a horrible view. Before I forget, I never really do a rubber embossing, to be honest, but I'm going to do that for you guys right now because, well, it's a little bit review tutorial, right? So, what she always says you're going to remove this is only one black mat at a time. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to remove the magnetic mat. And you still have your die facing up and your paper there. So if it's something a little more persnickety, be very careful. Or if you have taped it, you know, that might help, but I guess you have to put the tape on the back. But anyway, I'm going to slip out for the rubber mat, put that right on top. And then again, your plastic cutting die. And look how deeply it cut this one. And I only used the very basic thing. I didn't use the metal shim. I'm going to turn this over this time because it's getting warped already. And we're going to run it through again. That sound is... And then that sounds better. When it's actually getting the dye, it sounds smoother, and then it goes back to like a little rattling sound. I'll have to go watch the video and see if hers sounds kind of annoying. Let me turn it off. Even with the rubber mat, it still kind of came in. Oh no, did I do something wrong? Oh my gosh, thank God this comes with a second mat because I totally messed that up. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh well, anyway. How did I do that wrong? That is weird. Okay, I have to read that again. Maybe I put the clear cutting plate, plastic shim, die, blade side up, material to be cut, rubber embossing mat, and then it totally cut through. Okay, well, good thing I'll be getting another one. I don't know if I will complain about that, but as you can see, it didn't even rubber emboss. Look at that. What the heck just happened? That is too funny. Oh well. Alright, well there's that. And then I was going to show you guys that it does cut through things like felt, but I mean, you can see it just cut through the rubber embossing mat, so I think we're okay. Oh well, let me know what you guys think about that or what your experience. That is crazy. I don't know what the heck just happened. Okay, well, anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. I'm really like, I don't know what to say. Like, that's crazy. Even with any Anna Griffin or whoever, you put it through, you put the rubber, you know, you have the die facing up with the paper, and then you put the rubber mat, and you run it through, and it does not cut through the rubber mat. Oh my gosh, that is too funny. Maybe it's a deep cutting die? No, I mean, it looks like the regular... Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what it is. It's an extra deep die. So maybe you're not supposed to use these with, I don't know how else you would replace that. How would you emboss that? Without this maybe? I'm sorry, I totally threw you guys off, but now you know. Do not use the extra deep dyes. Apparently I've chose the wrong one and it cut right through it. But like I said, I hardly ever do embossing, so it's not the biggest deal. I don't even care. Like, and then I'm gonna get a second set. So I'll rationalize this and just chalk it up to, hey, look, I screwed this one up. And don't do that, guys. So how you know if it's an extra deep dye, it says it's so. So this is, oh duh, multimedia dye. Like, oh, apparently you want to cut through that rubber mat. Multimedia dye, and then it says it's 1.5 millimeters. Oop, here. So I guess you wouldn't emboss something like that because basically it's gonna be something thick, right? Something thicker that you're cutting through, and then the rest of the dyes are just normal. All right, so learn from my mistake, guys. That is too funny. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.